flesh and door. Flesh. Because Jesus loves me, I will always do my best. Door. Be obedient, be pure, be true, be kind, be respectful, be humble, be joyful, be faithful, be reverent. Pathfinder, let us repeat our aim, motto, pledge, and law. Aim. Message to all the world in this generation. Motto. For the love of Christ fulfilled in us. Pledge. Loving the Lord my God, I will daily seek His presence, show friendship to others, live the Pathfinder law, and honor my country. Law. The Pathfinder law is for me too. Look for the good in others, aim to do my best, love and respect my family, be thankful for what I have, preserve God's creation, take care of my health, be involved in my church, and follow His church. Running up the highway, following the sun. We are the future, from this just begun. We are
Our merciful and loving Father in heaven, we humbly come before your throne of grace this morning, for you are our God, our King, our Creator, and our everything. Glory and honor is yours forever. We thank you for loving us. We thank you for providing for us. We thank you for bringing us this far. We thank you for the opportunity to worship you freely with one another. We thank you for your healing upon those who are sick in our congregation. We thank you for everything, Father. Ay peitzai uima atso o se whanau ia masala. Whamolmole tama, whamolmole mātou uma. Ia vei mātou uma o se whanau whaia mea sini mo oi. Whatasi mai na o whiu mātou ta whaia. Whamanuia pai la uma, o le sui o le kalapus o soiana. O tō whia e whai, ma ave whi awi o le nei Sabbath. Whamanuia ia Richard isa wala whapitoa, ai maise le whaafonga ana a utanata I le nei taia Sabbath. Whamamotama. Be with us all, please, dear Father. Bless the Pathfinders, young and old. Iles waka mana loia sukeriso. Amen.
Sabbath in
so that's all. God is good. All the time. Pathfinder Christus need to help. Want to feel away for this. Yang ni kita help boleh. Kita so fai jam mo foi pon ta so la mo foi ko mai ni. So mo foi pakai man mo foi kita. Si dia la mai pas ko dei ko mi. Ya, foi se vai fa pa ni ko pulang. Ya, kalau dia pun foi kaya foi sesuatu yang ko palang long foi kaya. Ai me viu foi mai. Ya la kalau mai lo oro kita ko si jalai di nama saya tu ko jom. Ya juro macam cuma dia saya cuma Malaysia macam Gofi cuma saya foi mo mana saya foi macam cuma saya foi mo harus dia sesuatu yang macam foi dia cuma ayah fai macam Sabbath cuma if I'm alone, I'm waiting my toe for easy before you have my room for years tomorrow so many years. I mean, you only how to tattoo how for these Sabbaths. He camps among us. He camps among us. Afasawa. Selalu apinga itu tolu mencaco. Selalu apinga itu tolu mencaco. Yang kirola mereka amat tolong mereka aku lama. Ya. I like camping. Do you? The main reason why camping fascinates me is because I feel that I find a beautiful experience of relationship with God. Also because I find opportunities to reflect on the love of God. I recharge my energy and then return to daily activities. And because I come into contact with the secret book of God, nature. And I don't care if it's hot, or muddy, or rainy, or dusty. I really enjoy it. Camping is a unique experience, especially at night. If you have a starry night while camping, you are lucky, because you can see the stars and the constellations in the sky. The bonfire gives you a kind of security and also gives you a spirit of joy. From time to time, you hear animals' noises and the child is quickly singing, which it is late at night. And when you go into the sleeping bag, turn off the lamp and take welcome you as a refuge for the night. The next morning when you leave the tent and you step on the wet grass, you breathe the pure air. You listen to the birds chirping, which is a unique concert. And the first rays of the sun motivate you to live the activities during the day to fullest. Camping is one of the most beautiful and meaningful activities. Development. The Bible offers several passages that talk about camps. I want to highlight 3 moments in which it mentioned that God camps among us. 1. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is camp of God." So he named that place Mahanaim. Genesis 32 verse 2. Jacob had deceived his father and was now in danger of being killed by his brother, whom he had also deceived. Genesis 27 verse 1. While returning back to Canaan, after more than 20 years away from home, and knowing that there was an unsolved situation with his brother Esau, Jacob lived one of the most beautiful moments of his life, and that will transform him from a way of receiving God. First, angels surrounded his camp. Jacob went on his way, and the angels of God met him. Genesis 32 verse 1. This meeting could have occurred on positive terms for Jacob, which the intention of protecting him and bringing him back to his land, as he had been promised. Can you imagine being in the company of angels? It must have been incredible. We live within the great cosmic conflict between God and his holy angels against Satan and his evil angels, which means that many of the incidents in our lives are not yet fully understandable. But in heaven, we will be able to understand the work of angels in our lives. What would it feel like to talk to the angel who was your guardian since your birth, the one who watched over your steps and delivered you from danger, the one who was with you in the valley of shadows of death, and who will be with you until the day of death? But who will be the first you greet on the morning of resurrection, where you will meet him face to face? Let's go back to the story of Jacob. Was not only a special gathering, it was only an allusion to the promise made at Bethel, and which later confirmed as being as part of fulfillment of the promise that God gave for Jacob at Bethel. The Lord walked with him, keeping him and bringing him back to the land, his home. On the other land, we can also consider as part of closing of stage and history of Jacob and his life in Haran. The message in the passage is clear. God was protecting Son. We could make a connection with Psalm 34 verse 7. The angels of the Lord encamps around those who fear him and delivers them. I am with you and will watch over you wherever you go, and I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave until I have done what I have promised. Genesis 28, verse 13 to 15. And God confirmed this promise and fulfilled what he had promised him, and also provided him with guaranteed that he was taking care of him and protecting him. There is no doubt that God forgot his promises. Even when they take some time to fulfill, Jacob had to wait 20 years. But one day in his time, the Lord fulfilled, and it was himself who guarded and protected him despite his imperfection. This reflection can serve to inspire you to complete trust in the Lord, who never forgets his promises and always takes care of his children. 2. By the way, the Lord went ahead of them in the pillar of cloud to guide them on the way by night in the pillar of fire to give them light, so what they could travel by day or night. Exodus 13 verse 31. Can you imagine how God took care of multiple of Israelites, 500,000 children, young people and adults walking in the middle of the desert, plus the animals they brought with them? Upon leaving Egypt, everything seemed calm. The last plague and left Pharaoh and the Egypt people very bad. Among joy and happiness, a journey through the desert awaited them. It was not easy to walk in the high temperature, with the scorching sun and of course very thirsty. In those days there were no sunscreen or sunglasses to protect them from the sun. There were only bushes with small branches and thorns. At night temperature dropped and the children needed blankets to keep them warm. We must also think about the dangerous scorpions, spiders and poisonous vipers typical of the desert. But I want to tell you they already had the problem solved. Jehovah was going with them, and with 2 supernatural elements, he would protect his children, a cloud and a column of fire. The cloud served to protect him from the sun during the day with the shadow it cast towards him. The fire, apart from giving heat at night, scared away dangerous animals, and thus they could only advance both day and night. What an extraordinary phenomenon. Don't you think so? God is for you. Dear Pathfinder, like that cloud of the fire that accompanies you while you can. God protects is for you, like fire and cloud. Therefore, do not be afraid. He camps among us. Now come with me and read verse 22. Neither the pillar of cloud by day or the pillar of fire by night left its place in front of the people. 3. Then have them make a sanctuary for me, and I will dwell among them. Exodus 25 verse 8. I have always asked myself some things, and I don't know when I will finish receiving all the answers. What makes God feel the need to live among us? Why does God want to dwell among us? Imagine that you set your tent, prepared everything for the campfire. You have clean water, utensils to cook, but suddenly it starts to get dark and rains to fall in the camp. What a disappointment, right? Well, that's exactly what happened to me several years ago while camping on the plain. near a crystal clear stream. On the other side, the units made up the girls settled in with their counselors, and all of us men stayed at the other area that divided the stream. At night, the rain subsided. We had the worship meeting and a nice reflection of God's intelligent design. In the sky, some stars were visible, and our club director began to talk to us about the constellation of Orion, and everything seemed to be going better, when suddenly the stars disappeared. Hidden by the clouds and the rain returned to the camp. We all went to sleep that night, but suddenly the surveillance team began to blow their whistles and give a call for help. The stream was overflowing on the girls' side. I remember when we got up the alarm and to quickly inspect sure enough, the girls' camp area was beginning to flood. Our managers took ropes and threw them across the river, where they tied to a tree. With their help, the girls were able to cross the swollen stream and reach the other side of the camp safely. When everything had happened, during the early morning, we gathered by the bonfire to warm ourselves and tried to dry our clothes, while some farmers who lived in the area and came to see us and brought us hot drinks. They told us that in the high mountains, a torrential rain had fallen that night, and that the rain that ran down the slopes had filled the stream. The concept of whether God camps among us is much more than theory or symbolism. The only real alternative is to believe by faith that in God and enjoy His presence. Feeling lucky that He camps among us, yes, He camps among us. Ja, vanmorgen moet ik van oude to de Pathfinder. Ik heb gezegd, van je uit, dat van weer. Dear Pathfinder, I want you to invite you to surrender to God today. Because as you seek the presence of God outside, you will come to realize that He was already with you, holding your hand. Remember that His presence with you. Wherever you walk, you are His son, and He will fulfill His promises to you. He did to Jacob. And even if you consider that a very bad past, or that you are not worthy of this prison, God wants to bring you back to Him. He will demonstrate to you, as with the children of Israel, through miraculous nature, His presence day and night. You know why? Because He camps among us. Yeah. Ja,
katu kapuini salah kita katu sambil dibayar sepat yang kita tahu yang mafukan pada orang sia katu fai tal matung semua penyai leo lokasi kami faham dari sini itu sih dari jauh masuk sih dan dari mana masuk masuk faham na o tama titi sa e whetalai ai isu. Waile ngata sa e whetalai ai tuatu na e toki ate oi. Ao lau whaamiano ki sa e whaamia i na matu whanongolongo matoa whaatai koi whaakana runungu. Ala mairu ngalo te siano whetalai mainu matoa mai si fusto tola wake la whanau ne sa pati mai matoa. Yo se te awe togo moni mai o la tu ngaru o ma ta pa lo. Le te awe sa pa le ina si task for fanau. Yo so ko la tali ya rike ya o ni se mo tu ba. O ye le sa wa mai o ma so pa mia ya tria ya familia fo na fanau le kalesia pa faita. So se na sa la tu o na ni aso ma la tu fa le ina. Ya bela mbe fa ma ko ni mai ko kinga dia ina latu matua mas put karnai fa nau kalesia ma o